Shalom, let me give our praise to Yahweh, Brother Bonspad, Brother Shahar, Brother Zakaria, GMS Dallas camp out here on the side doing a quick hit real quick. Because me and the brother was talking on the way to camp about how like Jake and the truth fall out the truth, right? Because the truth is repetitive. You gotta keep going, you gotta go home, read, study over the same stuff. But if not, people break down the deeper revelations, but it's still over the same stuff. You gotta go back and keep reading the same things, right? Where the Most High is showing mercy to his people, they're showing repetitiveness as well. So you shouldn't get disenchanted because you gotta keep doing the same thing. Now what if Yahweh Bashar Bashar decides to not save his people? Then what? We'd be ass out, man. Get all right.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17. And have no root in themselves. I should start up, but I'm just going to start right there. So lock you for that. And have no root in themselves, and so endure, but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
So through the spirit of Yahweh Bashar Bashar, he put the spirit on you to understand the truth, right? So you win the word. You get to talking shit because something not going right, but you're not rooted. You have to be rooted in this truth, man. Like a tree. Go try to kick that tree down right now. I guarantee you the roots in that tree is strong and you'll break your leg, man. So you have to root yourself deeply in this truth, right? So when affliction come, you have to endure that. It's only gonna last for a little small time, but when it do come, then you want to just kind of wiggle out the way or don't want to go through it. But no, because of the word's sake. Because following this truth, you're gonna go through hell. The Most High's gonna test you, man. So when Jake catch affliction or persecution, you want to tap dance and run, tuck tail and bail because you're not rooted, man. Like I say, this truth is repetitiveness, man. We'll keep going over the same thing over and over again.
That's right. If I can say this, we were reading from the parable of the sower, and that definitely stands true. You just, if you're not rooted in this thing, and you come in this thing thinking it's just fun to do, and I want to wear a garment, and I'm gonna put fringes and border of blue on all my t-shirts because it sounds cool. And I learned that 9/11 was an inside job. I learned all this stuff, so I'm with the cool crowd now. I can walk around and know all this information because when you're dealing with brothers in the truth, it's a lot of information. A lot of brothers, but all the brothers involved, that's a lot of good, solid truth being put out there through the spirit of Yahweh Bashar. So you can really feel like you conquering the world, right? So a nigga walking around thinking he's somebody, but you gotta be rooted and grounded and say to yourself, aside all that, I want to be saved. I'm trying to be saved by Yahweh Bashar.
No, you good. I got it. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Like you were saying, your main point in this truth, man, when you're catching hell or whatnot, the main goal is to be saved, man. So endure the chastisement that you go through. Because when the Hebrews speak about the Most High chastened his son, and if not, he's a bastard. So you kind of want to take that chastisement and go through it, man, because the end game is to be saved, to be part of the elect, man. So when you're catching hell, just endure it, man. You got brothers to comfort you. Brothers gonna be there for you, you know what I'm saying? So don't just run because it get hot, man.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 8, and this is an example of when Moses was in the wilderness with us. We was all in the wilderness together. Now the brother's going up. Okay, Kanye, if you want to, you can start from the top. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this out, because we're going into repetitiveness and how the Lord works through repetitiveness. And ultimately, that's showing mercy on us because he's giving us chance after chance after chance. So when you go to this, we was in the wilderness going in circles for 40 years. And, you know, the scripture's going to do the talking, you know. So, yeah, go ahead and bring it out. Chapter 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, starting at 1. All the commandment which I say, which I command thee this day, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord.
So he's talking to our forefathers right now, saying that you're going to follow these commandments, and after you follow these commandments, you're going to cross over Jordan and go and get into this land that was ultimately yours from the start. You can think about that right now. He gave us this road that we're supposed to eat. He gave us his commandments. He gave us the spirit pretty much so we can do what he told us to do so we can get to the land that was promised to us. But you got a lot of Jakes falling out. You got a lot of us that don't want to keep on enduring this hardship like he's talking about. They want to stray away from what the Lord had commanded them to do. Okay? Ultimately, they just don't want that promised land. They don't want to work hard enough for it. You know?
all the commandments which I command thee this day, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply. Go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee.
So he did this whole thing, what we're going through right now, these afflictions, these tribulations, everything that we're going through mainly is to humble us. Mainly because we are screwed up as a people. But through this repetitive mercy that he's given us, we're going to catch loads of times. You're going to go through tribulation. But our job is to keep on pushing because he said these were to come. Our job is not to fall out and lose faith, because ultimately this is a humbling process. So we get to know the low, so we get to the point where we can appreciate the high that's to come later on.
Refinement.
This is a refinement. That's right. He's doing this as a lesson. These are all lessons he puts us through. Okay?
Because remember in Sirach it says, for chapter 2, without coming to the truth, God was turned to a lower state. So when you come into the
temptation.
Right. So we had a low state. So Yahweh Bashimabashai will exalt us in due time, man.
That's right.
And prove thee to know what is in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
That's right. If he would have gave it to us back then by the way we was acting, we would have went off still, man. Yep. And again, if he's to give this to us right now, who says we're worthy for it right now, man? We got to go through these hardships, okay? And that way we can remember and appreciate the stuff that we went through, so again, we can appreciate the high, okay? Yeah, come.
And he humbled thee and served thee to hunger and fed thee with manna.
He fed us with manna. And ultimately, you can correlate this manna right now to this word, because our people are a hungry people. Jake has a zeal of the Most High, not according to knowledge, but the elect has that zeal according to that knowledge. And what is being hungry, he's feeding us right now with this manna, which is the bread from heaven, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay? And when you can't endure the stuff that our Lord told us to do, you know, you get full off that manna, you want to go to another meal, that shows that you ain't ready for it. Okay? He don't want to give this to somebody. He don't want to give spiritual power to somebody who feel like they got it, and then the next day they get to the kingdom and fall out. You know what I'm saying? No, he's want to give it to somebody who's willing to work, who's willing to keep on going, who's willing to fight. Okay?
Because after you work, you want your day's pay, right?
That's right. Kind, brother.
That's right. And if I can say this, at every job I've been to, there's people that want to work, there's people that don't want to work. Those that don't want to work, what happens to them? They're fired. And in the sense of the truth, you kicked out, and you ultimately end up in that 2/3 club, and you're going to be killed. So it's not a whole lot of sweat off of our back. Not a whole lot of sweat off of my back. Through reading the scriptures and the Lord working with us, we understand that everybody's not going to make it. Therefore, we're not trying to force you to get it. We're speaking to those who are as it says in Ezekiel 9:4, sighing and crying. But we even understand those that are sighing and crying, even them niggas ain't right.
That's right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even them niggas gonna be falling out, acting a fool, backbiting and all that stuff. But what we gonna try to do through the spirit of Yahweh Shai is keep this whole thing moving for ourselves. Because I can't save him. He can't save the brother on the camera. The brother on it's all the Most High. So
You read Deuteronomy 8:3, and he humbled thee and served thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not.
Which thou knowest not. You got a lot of these guys that claim they know the Lord who are in these camps, even some of them in Great Millstone, they'll eat this manna and they swear they know it, but as soon as tribulation come along the way, as soon as something hard happens, they spew everything out. They spew everything out, and then they forget everything. You get to come into camp with a lineup, eating a chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple examples of it happening, and those are men that truly didn't know the manna anyway. They didn't understand the manna. They didn't understand the word. They didn't want to understand the word. You know?
That's crazy, because before you came to the truth, we all were still catching hell.
Man.
I don't understand. Like, you coming to the truth now to bug out because you catching hell. Like, before you was in the truth, you was catching hell.
That's right.
Getting fired. Bro, the same women, niggas getting burnt, sexually transmitted diseases, same thing, man. So, what, like, when the fiery dart, what is it, Peter? I speak about the fiery darts.
Yeah,
So think that it's not a strange thing that happened unto you? Bro, this is nothing new, man. We catch hell all the time, man.
That's right, bro.
We just know now why this shit we went through in the world, because we were disobeying and not coming up with the Yahweh Shai blueprint to follow, man.
Yeah, because when you're in this truth, you understand, like you said beautifully, you understand why you're going on through it. The reason why Jake likes to fall out and don't want to do it no more is because they know that they can't do anything about it right now other than teach this word. That means they get tired, okay? When you're in the world, you know that you don't even think there's nothing you can do. You know it's something wrong, but you just living your life. But when you hear and you know what the problem is, and you know that you can't do anything about it, only the Lord can do for it, a lot of people ain't willing to wait for the Lord.
That's right,
You
brother.
know?
And knowest not, neither did thy fathers, that you might make thee know that that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live.
That's right, man. Like Yahushua even said this as well. You can't just live off bread alone, but you live off this word right here, man. But as soon as you stray away from this word, just by catching hell, catching afflictions, you're going to surely die of hunger.
Believe it.
You know? You're going to die of hunger, and you're going to rather go to this devil and eat his synthetic food that is going to kill you anyway.
Man.
You don't want to eat the true bread, the true fruit. You're going to eat something synthetic because it tastes a little better at that time. But that food is going to sit real bitter in your stomach, and you'll end up falling to your demise afterward. Catching cancer. We're talking about a spiritual cancer. That's what I'm going into. You know?
That's right. And also another thing is, brothers, you know, brothers out there, you run into things like on the Sabbath, you can't sleep with your old lady, and brothers tired of that grind, and tired of being that weird, that odd man out all the time, and they tired of that fight. It's a long struggle and hustle that we're going through. But we signed up for it, so we're down for it. When we deal in our household, I through the spirit of Yahushua, may I keep that spirit on me. I am not going to sleep with my woman when she's going through her menstrual cycle. I will not sleep with my woman on the Sabbath day. I will not do it. You got brothers out there that end up doing stuff like that, and then like the brother said, you start to release that cancer in your body of you don't care as much. Then you looking at another brother who's holding fast to the scriptures, and and that spirit of anger and envy and all that jealousy, now you feel that towards that man because he's doing the right thing. Yeah. Now you trying to backbite on that man, telling everybody business that he got going on. Well, none of that stuff needs to be put out. Yep. The only reason you saying that stuff is because your ass was going on.
Man.
Using that, you know, just as an example. I'm not saying that happened with anybody. But brothers get into that mode of, man, I just want to do me. I'm tired of having it. Well, you know what? You ain't got to struggle. Go and do you. Go and do you. If you can't endure and fight, well, go and do you.
That's right.
Because we have to hold the weight of ourselves. We have to hold the weight of each other. But if you constantly be in that dead weight, you really do need to go. Yeah, I had a precept. 2 Timothy 4, and I'm going to start at 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering doctrine. So you must be down to be in this thing when it's cool to do and when it's not cool to do. When the cops show up, you still got to be down.
Yeah.
Right? When your old lady talking shit about you, you still got to be down.
Man.
When your parents say, we gonna kick your ass out of this house if you don't, you know what I mean? If you don't stop going out, you still got to be down. You got to make that choice. In the cold, in the hot, in the lukewarm weather, in the rain, you got to be down. I'm not saying, you know, go and preach in the rain just to prove a point. Don't do that. Going out in the blizzard to prove a point, that don't make sense. But there's a season of time when it's cold. It's called the winter. There's going to be days when it's extremely cold and you don't need to be out there. But a majority of that time, it's going to be cold. So get your ass out there. I'm not saying go outside in an ice storm. And, you know, normally I don't like to even go that deep into it because if you don't get that much of it, then this work probably ain't for you. But just for edification's sake, you have to say it like that. Okay, it's 135 degrees outside. It's probably not a good idea to be standing out there. But how many days out of the summer is it 135?
That's right.
Right? There's the high, but there's also an occasion where it's just hot outside. But you're saying to yourself, because it's hot outside, I'm not gonna go.
Right.
No, you whack.
That's right.
You whack.
You gotta fight, man. It's a fight, bro.
one more verse.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. But after their own lust, they shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And that's what a lot of you niggas have, itching ears. Talking about earth is flat, talking about all that other stuff. You got itching ears. You just want to be pushing something new. You want to be in the mix all the time. You don't want to just sit your ass down and preach the truth. You want to be in the mix. You want to be the guy always with the spirit on him. You don't like it when somebody else, when another brother's up there going in, bringing out precepts, bringing out good lessons.
Man.
You don't like that. You always want to be the guy out there, bringing out this new little thing you got. When there ain't nothing out here new. There ain't no information out here new. There ain't no new Bible being written. All the precepts pretty much been said. Right? The apostles been doing this for 30 years. What precept am I going to bring out? You know what I mean? What are the chances that I run into a precept
that they ain't come across?
Yeah, they just going to be looking at me like, damn.
You think them guys ain't kept doing that for 30 years? Keep doing this, once again, keep doing the same thing over and over and become repetitive, man. That's how you know it. You got to keep doing it, man.
That's right. Last verse. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. And that's what you cats are. It's a lot of people that you can think of and name out, and they just turn into fables. Like some people, you tell the story of things that they did, brothers that's coming to truth now anyway, and they'll be like, what, man? Nah, I don't believe that shit. They turn into fables. Brothers in our camp, they turn into fables. The brother Justin or Rob Kadar, that's a fable. A lot of brothers coming in now wouldn't even believe that. Wouldn't even believe what he's going through now. This dude is going to prison for sexual misconduct with a minor. That dude is going to prison.
Some scary shit, bro.
All these that turn away from the truth, turn into fables.
That's all I got.
I got one. Yeah, Joshua. Joshua chapter 1, start at verse 7.
Joshua 1:7. Only be thou strong and very courageous.
You got to be strong and courageous in this thing. Because, you know, you got Satan coming against you as a roaring lion. You got 2/3 of our people coming against you as a roaring lion. And then you got Satan's physical counterpart on the planet Earth, Esau, coming at you as a roaring lion. So you got constant battles that you have to endure through all the day long. You got multiple occasions where you got to deal with it. The Lord tells us in the scripture through Joshua to be strong and of great courage, to be courageous. Go ahead.
Everything is repetitive.
Everything
we do is repetitive, man. You got to go to work, got to pay bills. You find you a woman, you don't find a woman. I mean, everything's repetitive, man.
That's right, brother.
Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law.
Yeah, so you don't fall out. You got to observe to do according to what's written in this book, what's commanded you to do. So you don't fall off. You got to be on point, okay? And ultimately, that goes to having the spirit of the Most High Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai on you through prayer, fasting, through having faith ultimately as well. You know, and all that applies in the reading this book, because that shows your faith toward this, okay? Being strong, courageous, it starts with reading this book. Open up them scriptures, okay? Because it gives you an idea on how to operate on this and how to be, it gives you ideas on how to be courageous and strong, okay?
And not to interrupt you, that's beautiful what you said. It also lets you know that, bro, everything ain't just gonna be happy all the time. You gonna go through shit, but stop thinking that because the Lord gave me the truth that I shouldn't be going through no adversity. Bro, man, get out of here with that stupid shit. We are going through hell right now.
Right,
I don't think just because you got a Bible and a garment, ain't nothing bad supposed to happen to me. So some stuff comes your way, and your car break down, and that's just the worst possible thing that can happen to anybody. You should be like, man, it's just a part of the game. Forget this car, man. Most High gave me this car, he can give me another car. What do I care? Now you get upset. I'm not saying we're some kind of machine. We get upset, but it's all tempered. We don't go too far with it. We don't just be like, nothing matters at all. Yeah. We understand it, bro. Man, look, you in this truth. So when these things happen, you know what's going down.
That's right.
Right? You ain't got no money no more. Now that you're in the truth, you had to leave a job, or you had to quit, or you got fired. You ain't got no money no more. Guess what? A lot of brothers ain't got money. That's right. So what? Keep fighting. But what are you rich in? Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh.
No, you good, brother. You good. That's beautiful.
Read.
Yeah, come.
Joshua 1:7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee.
Is that not repetitive?
Man.
Is he not repeating the same thing that Moses has said to him? Is not Moses repeating the same thing that the Most High said to him? Is that not the same thing that said that that Noah said? You know, this is all repetitive. Jacob said it. Okay, Isaac said it.